So whoever wants to start by introducing themselves and then we'll dive into it.
I'm Bridget. I'm a senior and I run track. I'm Kiara. I'm a senior and I run track. I'm Rafa. I'm a sophomore and I play football.
I'm Natasha. I'm a sophomore and I play volleyball and basketball.
I'm Kiara. I'm a sophomore. I don't do sports, just Rebecca just said he has somebody especially for me. So come.
All right.
All right.
All right. I feel a little awkward. Amanda always asks me, because I'm also a part of a lot of organizations and stuff at school, and he always asks me to come do stuff. I'm like, I'm not an athlete, so it probably looks a little weird. You don't want to necessarily get a collegiate, you want a collegiate athlete perspective, but I'm more the academic involved. Of course, I was heavily involved in sports when I was in high school too. I ran track, played ball, played soccer. But I figured that I might have a better chance on doing something academic because that was my strength. So what we're here to talk about today is personal identity. So I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm not going to tell you how to be or who to be. We're going to come up with some definitions that are going to be not necessarily exclusive, but you can make them your own. Like you can make up your own identity. And just because you're an athlete now doesn't mean that you can't be an athlete in college or you have to be defined as an athlete in college. Because there's quite a bit of a stigma. Have you guys visited any colleges yet?
Yeah.
Talked to a lot of athletes. So first we're going to get the perspective of what it means to be a college athlete from you, and then I'm going to tell you my perspective like from the outside. And then just having relationships, like friendships and everything with college athletes and getting their feedback. So you said you went to a college, and which one?
I've been to a lot. I went to Alabama State.
Oh, so you're doing it big time.
Yeah.
You're not playing those.
She's on point. Yeah.
Okay.
Alabama State. I've been to Florida A&M, Tuskegee, Albany.
So you're trying to get out.
I don't know yet because I got accepted to ASU and I got a scholarship. So.
Tell me right now, girl. I was going to Spelman.
I know. I went
That
to,
was it.
I went to Spelman, Clark. I went to all those schools.
Spelman was it, but Spelman was expensive too, and you really have to take into consideration family. So when we talk about identity, it's not necessarily just about what's going to benefit me, but how am I going to be supported? Who's going to support me? If something comes up,
That's how I did.
what network are you going to
I might
have?
have to stay anyway because I'm 16 now, I'm a senior. So.
The point I'm trying to make is learning your identity. You are able to take this step. Your parents aren't telling you, you need to go to this school, you need to go to that school. Because my mom was completely supportive of me. She was saying, I got accepted into Spelman, and I didn't even apply to ASU. I called somebody and be like, now I want to go. So they filled out all the stuff for me, and I'm just like, it just happened. But, what I'm trying to say is that my mom was very supportive and let me make that decision, but she also let me make the decision to stay.
Yeah.
Because she was like, I wanted to go to Spelman too, but my mom didn't let me, so I'm going to give you this opportunity. I could go to Hampton, all the way across the United States.
My mom wants me to go. My dad wants me to stay home.
And
All daddies do.
there are pros and cons to it.
Yeah.
There are definitely pros and cons to it. And one thing I learned at Spelman was understanding who I was more of what major I declared or what title I decided to have. Yeah, I'm going in as a freshman, but everybody's already telling me, oh, you're going to be this, homecoming this. And I'm like, hold on, I got to get here first.
Yeah.
But
Spelman was like.
Spelman it's nice.
It's nice.
Nice pill to swallow.
Yeah.
I love the people that I met there, but you have to knowing who you are is knowing how to make a rash decision that's gonna be able to benefit you for the rest of your life. Because at this point, these are critical times, and I'm pretty sure you've heard it.
Yeah.
But it is really imperative that we know, okay, this is who I am, this is what I like to do, so I'm gonna make this decision, but it's gonna affect you for the rest of your life. Did you have anything you wanted to add to it? I know I'm just talking.
My first time here, so it's taking
So what I want to know now from you, because I'm a really interactive person, I'm not going to just sit here and tell you, like I said, what is or what is not. So we're going to go around and we're going to have our own definitions of what it means to be secure, what it means to be selfless, what it means to understand who you are, what decisions you make. It doesn't have to be completely analytical. It could just be something basic as I know what I like. I know my favorite color is pink because of this, like, and it's not going to change. So that's what we mean by personal identity, something that nobody from the outside can take away from you or fixate. Okay, so does anybody want to start? It took me my senior year to figure out, okay, what exactly does Adelaide like to do? Well, I grew up knowing Lay, like everybody called me Lay, and then it turned into Lay. But I grew up and I'm like, I don't even know what my favorite food is, and I just go on the fly. You know, that's so
I'm
simple.
indecisive. That's all I know. I know my favorite color is orange, and I like tacos and spaghetti.
But one thing I recently learned was if you can't describe yourself in 10 seconds and you let somebody else describe you in 10 seconds, that says a lot. So I'm like, I'm not even going to give you the opportunity to call me this, call me a nerd, call me, like I got big hair. My big hair does not define me, So it's part of my identity, my physical appearance, but it doesn't make up everything that I am. Huh? They define you as
A lot of
attractive.
people do that. They define you by
Because, like, by your looks and stuff. They don't think I'm smart, like, because I'm...
Are you goofy?
I don't know. They think athletes, I don't know if it's just sound thinking.
Okay, so then let's talk about.
And I'm
I
not.
don't know. I mean,
It's-
that goes on with the dumb job.
A lot of people, girl,
Yeah.
I told
Or
somebody I
like
was right
the other way around.
It's like people look at me like, you play sports, like just by how you look. Like, 'cause I don't dress like I play sports, but I do.
Oh, I know. I'm not too far removed from high school. I just feel a little bit old. I just turned 21 and then what the heck is wrong with me?
Like you don't look sporty.
But it doesn't stop here. The stigma does not stop here that if you're an athlete, you're smart. Because how many professional athletes? I'm from Chicago. I love the Bulls, but Derrick Rose to me is dumb as a box of rocks. And it's because of how he speaks. I'm pretty sure his court game or whatever is on point and he's intelligent in that aspect, but he can't articulate.
Have you ever heard him in a interview? Yeah, it's bad.
Oh yeah. Like, because our coach went to the University of Texas, and he said he ran track, and he said that football players used to try to copy him in a public speaking class.
Exactly, but that defines him. That defines him. So what I'm saying at this point, it's now what is going to define you. If you're going to say you're an athlete, are you going to live up to what an athlete does? Are you going to live up to the stereotypes? So
I'm a student.
they can, and then it comes with expectations. So then if you decided you wanted to be a track runner in college, you're going to go to college as a track runner. And most people are going to completely deflect that you have some intelligence. And then they'll start to characterize you. And then you start falling into this path because you're like, oh, well, they expect me to be dumb, so why did he die? I know you wouldn't, but I'm saying that's what people do. And even in college, the stigma does not go away. From the outside in, I can say that a lot of my friends who I went to high school with became athletes and completely separated themselves from the rest of us. The rest of us meaning non-athletes, I'm sure y'all understand that, but completely separated themselves from us. But then they only come to me. Can you help me study? Can you help me do this? So that like reinforces my idea that they're allowing people to come in not necessarily based on their GPA, their SAT scores, but because they want the name of we have a good program because we have good players, not because we have good student athletes. So if you decide to be an athlete going into college, that's going to become a part of you. So understanding who you are mentally, spiritually, physically is going to be imperative when you decide to go to a university or it doesn't even have to be a university. It can be a workplace. You go to, work at Forever 21, and then what are you going to be called? That's what we're trying to I mean, does everybody get where we're going here? So we're gonna go through and define a little bit more of what it means to figure out our personal identity. Because can we agree that personal identity and identity are just different? So somebody tell me the difference.
Personal
Identity is what somebody else sees you as. Personal identity is what you see yourself as.
Okay, so how do we define, in a little bit deeper, how do we define what is identity?
everybody else's.
It's like a stereotype, basically. That's what I think.
So you don't know me, right? What would be my identity to you? How do I carry myself? If it's I don't care. Like,
Smart. You have big hair.
okay.
You like to work out. You have workout shoes. You do like to work out.
So even what I'm wearing defines my identity, right? To you, because I don't know you, or any other y'all. But is it okay that if I judge you, because I could tell you're an athlete, I could tell she's not an athlete because why? She doesn't have athletic clothes on, right? So is that what we want people to see? That's my question.
No.
So how do we change it?
By the way we
And ourselves.
So is that reflecting our regular identity or our personal identity?
Our regular,
How?
because you're trying to change how you look or dress for somebody else, like on their opinion.
So we're coming to more of an agreement that it's still the outward appearance. So